Hey ladies and gentlemen, Simon here with another episode of The God of High School. Again, if you're not caught up with my eye, I've not been partying too hard or gotten into a fight. I mean, technically, I got into a fight with my cat and the cat won, if you can tell. Yeah, Zuko, ironic as well, considering the fact that I named my cat Zuko and he's mauled my eye. Yeah, Zuko just gave me a friendly pat in the eye, just a little bit harder than I expected. So that's why I've got a bit of a bloodshot eye, just in case you're wondering. But that's not why we're here. We're here to watch another episode of The God of High School. This is episode number 10. And so far, I have absolutely thoroughly enjoyed this show. I'm not sure exactly how many episodes there are as to whether this is like a 12 episode season or whether this is going to be like a full 22, 23 episode season. I did go back and watch a little bit of the dubbed version of episode 1, which came out last week. That was interesting to see. The voiceover actors, they do a decent job, but again, it's never quite the same as when you watch something in the sub originally, I think, especially with how over the top some of the characters in this are. And the amount of high-pitched screaming that there is, it just doesn't always feel quite the same when you go back and watch it in English. Because there's a lot of, sort of cultural differences, and there's certainly differences in sort of tones. So, it was just a bit strange, but they seem to do a pretty good job. Time will tell as to whether people like that or not. Again, excuse the cat. He likes to close the door and then looks at me as if to say, "Can you open that door, please? It shut itself somehow." But no, last episode, man, was it intense. Mori, obviously was going to try and find his grandfather, had been set up, by one of the shape-shifting members of Nox, who tried to blow him up. He survived. He kicked everyone's arse and made it back to the tournament in time to have his own fight against the Nox cultists, who had previously tried to take out Mira. And this is a big episode for Mira as well, because, she's constantly been faced with this sword technique that she's inherited from her family. And, she's constantly trying to prove to herself that she's worthy of it and that she can help, sort of respread it across the nation. And I guess the episode kind of focused on and visualized her own self-doubts, that she wasn't good enough, that she wasn't powerful enough, that, she was never going to be as strong as Mori and Han. And, she ended up having this weird outer-body experience with something that seemed very spiritual. She saw herself, she grabbed her own arm, and, she sort of elevated herself to the next level. And I really love the idea that you come into this series thinking that Mori is going to be the main character. He's going to be the most powerful. I'd really like it if they did come out of left field and sort of said, no, Mira is actually going to prove to be the best. You just didn't expect it. It's not to say that Han and Mori are not going to be powerful, but it's not going to be like this is the Mori show with the sidekicks. This is going to be all of them are powerful. And it's not going to go the way you expect. So I'd really like that. That'd be cool. But we are going to jump into this episode. Before we do, I want to say a big thank you to my Patreon super supporters: Frank Tremel, Karen Abel, Ace, Nick Walters, The 7 Deadly Sins, Damon Smallwood, Michael Y, IrishCal, Richafa, Isabelle, Gros-Louis, and Mr. Greg 89. So without further ado, let us jump in and let's see what happens on the next episode. Oh, it was the leg. Oh no, I'm assuming they didn't have the nanobots back then. Sungyeon. Sorry, I'm just taking names down. That's how he got the invitation. Okay, there's no forgiveness on their side. The key. Oh, this is another one of those fights where I'm like, I don't want this guy to lose, but I don't want our team to lose either. It's throwing him off balance on the ear. No, not cranium fracture. Why not give them the information now, and what's the worst that can happen? Unless he knows Mori is the key. At least I'm assuming he's the key. Ippo's very protective. Understandably. Plus, Han is not the person likely to break someone's leg in a malicious way. Yeah. Fight didn't last much longer. Oh, look at them. Such a good team now. The guilt that he was feeling, I think, has just been lifted a little bit. Which is good, because it means he can fight more freely. Oh. Uh-oh. Oh. Oh, no. Is that the sword? Are they summoning the sword? Yep. Yep, they are. He's very confident. Oh, he's trying to block it. I love this. It's like a massive use of the Force in a way. Oh, oh. They are flipping everywhere. Okay. Oh, oh, he was going for the triple kick. Oh, shit. He's running out of stamina. Holy shit. I like this though. It's, you know, Mori's not infallible. Ugh. Eyeball. The people of the city must be looking on and thinking, what the hell is going on here? Is that the sword's owner? That doesn't look like God. That's going to interrupt this fight, isn't it? Oh. Oh! What was that? Moonlight sword style? He's using mirrors. Holy shit. He's using the other's abilities. What? Okay. Okay. I was going to say, this is a bit out of left field. He is using every weapon in the damned arsenal. Wow. Yeah. It literally is. He's telling him what his weaknesses are, so he can improve. Oh, that is so cool. They're breaking the sword. Oh, we got some really cool displays of Cherokee here. Blue Dragon Tempest. Oh, that's so cool. National Treasures. That's not just a nickname, that's how he actually... Oh! Okay. Oh, that's so cool. Yeah, he broke the blade. Oh my god. He did. He taught him a few things. He taught him how to improve his fighting game. Oh shit. Is that a nine-tailed fox or something? Oh, he's reaching into his chariot. -1? He's the key. Oh, fuck. E-Pro's the key. Okay, so... that was a hell of an episode. There was so many things I wanted to talk about in terms of the symbolism of that episode before we even get to the key part. But I'm going to address that first. So I'm sitting here this whole time thinking that Mori's the key. You know, he's the grandson of this brilliant chariot user whose power they wanted to use, you know, to further their own goals and unlock the key themselves. So you think that you sit there and you think, well, naturally it must be his grandson. And it's not. It's E-Pro. And I love the changed look, the white hair, the fox ears. And what does a -1 mean? Like, for everyone else, we've seen their counters go into the hundreds. You know, I'm pretty sure we've seen it go into the thousands. And his went -1. What in the hell happens when it hits -1? But let's just talk about a few of the symbolic things there. Obviously, E-Pro promised Mori's grandfather that, you know, he would teach him some things. And he really did. In this fight, he taught him how to, you know, improve his close combat. He was basically showing him his weaknesses so that Mori could tighten up his game and, you know, become a better fighter. But it was never with the intent of him, you know, letting Mori win. It was fulfilling a promise at the same time as doing his best to win a fight, which is brilliant. I love that. Also, Mori's use of both Hans and Mira's abilities is a very, very nice way of them tying in the whole we either win together or we lose together. You know, as much as they meant as a team, as the individuals on the team has to win their fight, they meant, you know, Mori took that on board and started using their abilities, you know, to try and aid him. And I really like that symbolism of he's using all of their abilities. They're all there in that fight and they're all going to win together or they're all going to lose together. That was a very, very nice little, you know, symbolic moment that, you know, again, just ties that group so much closer together. Apologies about the cat. He likes to do that. He likes to close the door, look at me and then say, could you open this? It's closed somehow. I don't know how it closed. Not knowing I can see him. So Nox, pretty fucking brazen here in trying to destroy an entire city with that sword. You know, and I don't know who Se1 Ep10 is? Ep10? That's the name I've got written down here. Again, I scribbled down notes very quickly, and so the pronunciation may not be spot on, but he came out of nowhere. But I loved the people he was with. I loved their outfits. I love their get-up. I love the idea that they need to, you know, perform music, and then he just gets this massive weapons crate and starts firing all these different weapons through his own sort of chariot. and destroys the sword of God, you know. That to me, Nox's version of God does not look like God. That looked like a shadowy figure. You know, that looked more like a devil than a god to me. And obviously, God couldn't have been that powerful if he was defeated by, you know, the dancing Se1. The national treasure, as he called himself. Which I like the fact that his abilities all ring off of, you know, national treasure #1, you know. And it gets me thinking about the wish as well. It gets me thinking, you know, obviously everyone has a wish that they're competing for. And that makes me think now, obviously we've seen a lot of people's wishes be related to health. Hans was related to his friend wanting to recover from his illness, which unfortunately we saw didn't happen. And Ilpro obviously wanted to help fix the leg of Sungyo, or Sungyeon, sorry. And so, you know, it makes me think, is it a wish that it's like a physical magic spell wish that allows anything to happen? Or is it something that, you know, it's nanobots can fix a lot of stuff? You know, but what about everyone else's power? What about everyone else's wishes? How do they fulfill that if it's not a magic, if it's not imbued with magic, you know? So part of me thinks it could be like a ritual. They could actually grant someone any kind of power they wanted, but, you know, I guess we'll find out more. But this was a really good episode. I really enjoyed this. I'm going to have to go because Zuko is getting very restless. He's now playing with one of the doorstops, and he's just going to keep interrupting the video like that. So, yeah, really good episode. I loved some of the symbolism behind it. I loved the kind of twist with the whole key thing. And I'm looking forward to seeing how the fight goes, and also what happens now with the confrontation between Nox and the commissioners and the Six. So, yeah, really good episode. Really loving this. I'm loving this show. But anyway, thank you all very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed that, and I will see you for the next one.